Hey, what's going on, micro class? Welcome back. Hope you had a great weekend. It is Monday, April 5th, 2021, or quite possibly Tuesday, April 6th, 2021. Hope you're having a great start to your week. What do we got today? Last class review. No April Fool's jokes today, y'all. You did the typing jungle. Hopefully you got to where you needed to get to take that pop quiz. Some of you did not. What are you doing? It's April. Get there. You're just hurting your own grade, man. It's an easy class. Get there already, all right? It's not hard. Go get there. Get there and take the quiz if you didn't, all right? I need you to. I need you to do well on it. No jungle today, though. Today, what we're going to do, the old insert tab. That sounds unique. Don't worry, I'll explain in a little bit. After I do that, I'm going to hit you with your attendance and the assignment, but fairly easy day, all right? So the insert tab is obviously a tab we're talking about, one of the tabs up top of Microsoft Word. I'm going to show that to you and what you can do with it now. All right, so the insert tab, that is simply one over from the current tab that we are on right now, the home tab. We're going to come on over, click on insert, and bang biscuit, it's going to give us all of these options up top here. Now, to insert something, you're going to have to click on one of these. Let's go ahead, let's go through a list. The first, a cover page. And remember, anytime you see an arrow next to it, that means there's options. Let's click on this puppy. It loads up some specific cover pages. Now, maybe you've seen one of these before, maybe you have not. Cover page is a nice little page that is a cover for whatever document you are going to be submitting or handing in. I like the way this one looks. Slice dark. Boom. Here you go. It even says document title, document subtitle. Let's go ahead and just type in there. We don't want it to look like that. We want this to be called our insert document. Subtitle, that means a little bit more. Let's say this is for micro class, baby. All right, that is one quick thing. Now, obviously, if this is a nice formal document for work or for school, you're not going to put something like micro class, baby. Maybe you put your name here. You know what? Let's professional it up a little bit, Mr. Weckbaum. We'll put the name. This is a great looking cover page. It starts off and then boom, it takes you to your second page. You're just scrolling down to page 2. You can see always right here, it tells you how many pages and what page you're on. Right here, you can zoom in and zoom out. See both pages. Right in here. Whoa, that's so close. Getting dizzy. All right. Let's zoom in a little bit more here. We're at 93. Let's get to 100. There we go. All right, so that's a cover page. If you wanted to insert a blank page for some reason, of course, all you got to do is hit blank page, and guess what? It just gives you a blank page in between that first page and your next one. So now our third page is here. A page break is going to break the page in half from wherever you hit it. Let's go ahead, hit that, and it just breaks up that page. Nothing big. We don't really want to do that. Let's hit this little backwards arrow button. It says undo, page break. We'll talk about these buttons up here later. But one thing that you will find very useful in your years, I know I have, is the thing next to these 3 pages, and that's the table function. It's got an arrow. Let's click on it. Whole bunch of squares. We can highlight the squares as we go, and what this is going to do, let's just find out. Boom. It's going to give us a little table. Now maybe we want things to be a little bit different. Length. Maybe we want to make them a little bit different. Width. Maybe we want this one to be a little bit larger. Maybe we want this whole line to go a little bit more that way. You can mess with it however you like. Maybe you're creating a table of students and how they are doing in microclass. Let's go ahead. We'll click on this. Let's delete this. We'll go back up. Insert. Table. Let's go right here. 3 by 5. We'll give it a student. We'll give them a class, and we'll give them a grade. First student is going to be old Jimmy Lipper. Their class is Micro 1A, and their grade, Jimmy hasn't been focusing that well. He's got a 55%. Now, we got all this extra room. That's why we're going to move this over. Boom and boom. Oop, see, now if you don't highlight the whole thing in just that one section, you can just move the box if you like, but we want the whole thing to be moving, so we'll put it right there. However, are we going to put more stuff here, here, or here? I think in the first box. So let's move this grade over to this way. Class, move that puppy over here. And then we know Jimmy Lipper's sister has a really long name. It's Janet Latoya Montoya Herrera Smith Jackson Jr. the third. It's a heck of a name. Old Janet Latoya, she's in Micro 1B, and her grade is a 99% because she is amazing. Point is, you can move the table, make it however you want. Maybe you say student, you hit enter, names. That's going to go ahead and make it a little bit more larger for you. Now, just like we learned last class, we can go ahead and utilize some of the home functions. Let's say we want this centered. Go up here to the centering. Boom. This one we want centered. Boom. And grade. Boom. I realize we didn't talk about centering or justifying. We'll do that next class. So don't let me skip too far ahead of you. We got our table. Let's go back to our insert tab, see what else we can insert. Pictures, again with the arrow on the side. You can get one from a browser, one from a file you have on your computer. Stock images, that just means, normal images that can be used for a variety of things but aren't from anywhere specific. Or my favorite, online pictures. Let's click on online pictures. Over here we have a thing pop up and it says, hey, search Bing. You can search for airplanes, animals, apples, backgrounds, baseball, birds. Those are all very nice. Mr. Weckbach, let's search for his wife real quick. Rihanna. Oh my goodness, there she is. And now we can just search for pictures of Rihanna. Now, do we want to insert any pictures of her in here? Yes. Yes, we do. We'll click on it, hit insert. Boom. Now we have a picture of Rihanna. And it's kind of overlapping. Let's go ahead and, can we move this a little bit? Let's go. Boom. Show you a quick trick here. When you highlight the picture, we can't move it. It's not allowing us to move it south or north or east. We'll double click on the picture. It's going to take us to this picture format. What we do here at picture format is we're going to say we want to click on this wrap text. Oh, can we do that? Wrap text. Position. Why isn't it letting us do this? Of course it's not. There we go. And let's go, we'll just go tight. And now we can move that picture wherever we want. And one thing we should do, to be fair to Mr. Weckbach's wife, let's make this picture bigger, right? We can't get enough Rihanna. There we go. A nice picture of Mr. Weckbach's wife, Rihanna, from our Insert tab. Moving on, you can add some shapes if you want, again, with the arrow. Any of these shapes. You know what? Since we love us some Rihanna, we're going to go ahead and select that hard image. You'll see that we don't have an arrow here on our mouse. Now it's a little X or a little cross. We're going to click and hold down. And as we're holding with the left click button, we can make it wide, we can make it big, we can make it go this way. Let's go big right there. Boom! And again, it's in front of Rihanna. We don't want it to be there. Let's scroll it on down and shoot. Let's go ahead, go back to insert, and let's insert a blank page. There we go. Now, it inserted it way up there if you notice. Let's undo that. Let's click right here. Now hopefully, since we're clicking here, if we hit blank page, it'll do it at the bottom. Close enough. It did it one above. Let's bring this heart a little bit up higher. Bring it to that page. Boom. Heart, Rihanna. You know what? We got to put Rihanna and the heart on the same page. I don't know why. Don't ask me. I don't make the rules. Yes, I do. Boom. Oh my gosh. Sometimes Microsoft Word gets crazy. You just got to mess with it a little bit here and there. And there we go. Now, next thing on our insert document, let's just go ahead. We want to, let's insert another blank page for some things to do. We've got one right here. Okay. How about some icons? What are icons? Well, You're going to have your stock images, and you're going to have some online pictures. You can search whatever you want. Basically, these are just old pictures. All right, let's go Apple. Click here, insert. It's going to put it right over there. If we want to make it bigger, boom. If we want to make it wider, boom. If we want to make it longer, boom. Same kind of thing that we saw with the inserting of pictures. Next, 3D models. We're going to skip this. Charts. Charts we'll get into when we talk about Excel. One big thing you might want to put in is some media. You might want to put in a movie into a Word document. Now, if you're printing it, obviously your movie won't show up. But if you're sending it to someone, your movie or an audio file could show up if they're reading it electronically. Last few things we're going to talk about is this comment section. I'm going to hit a comment. If we want to insert a comment, this is something I might do if you guys were handing in assignments. I'll insert a comment right here. It shows some guy named Chris Weckbaugh. I don't know who that is. My name is Mr. Weckbaugh. And basically, it's got a little red line pointing to this insert. And I'm going to leave a comment here. And I'm going to say, this is a very nice looking apple. And I might do this if I was grading an assignment for you. I'd leave a comment on how you did here. That's where you'll use this. Now, the next two are kind of important. Header and footer. When we talk about headers and footers, we're talking about the head, the top of the page, footer, the bottom of the page. If we click on header, it asks, what do we want? Do we want a 3-column header? Do we want something on the left, a document title? Let's be basic. Just top left corner, boom, type here. This is a header. And we'll hit enter. It gives us a little space between that. To get out of this header section and to get back down in here, we got to double click out of it. And now we have this is a header on the top of this page. If we scroll down, look, it does it on every single page that we have. Boom, and there's our Rihanna with a header. Now, same thing, if we want to do a footer, boom, click on footer. It gives you some different options. You can edit it if you like. Let's go right here. Normally at the bottom of the page, what do we see? Page numbers. There's a 1. I like it. Let's just double click out of there. Now we got a 1 at the bottom of that page, a 2 at the bottom of this page, a 3 at the bottom of that page, and a wonderful, oh, we can't even see it because of our heart being in the way. Let's move the heart up. Oh, look at that, the heart with Rihanna right above it. 4 at the bottom of this page. All right, let's finish this up, shall we? We got comments, headers, footers. If you wanted to do a footer that's not a page number, maybe you wanted to just put your name at the bottom of every page, you could do that too. We'll go here. You see that it removed that page number. We'll type in here, we'll say Mr. Weckbaugh, and then double click out of it. It changes our page number, puts my name at the bottom of every page. Now if I also wanted to do a page number, I could do that puppy right here. Boom. Bottom of the page and a footer? Sure. Do I want it on the right-hand side, the inside, outside, center, left? Let's go right. Just hit OK. And there's our page numbers 3, 4. Oh, where's our 2? Our 2 and my name there being on every page as well. Now, 2 final things that I want you to know how to do. Let's go back up here, get out of that header footer section. 1 is word art. Word art is kind of old school. It's just a different way to make some things look cool if you're making a flyer. Say we were making a flyer for Precision Academy High School. It just gives it a unique font, a cool little outline. You can change colors. You can fill it in with, different colors behind. You can fill in the text with different colors as well. Let's undo both of those. Actually, you know what? The blue's not bad. Or the orange, I mean. But if you want a different color, let's go with a lighter orange. Ooh, that's almost like a nice salmon. I like that. That's one way you can use word art. Messing around with word art is a lot of fun. You can spend hours just figuring out what different fonts you want and how you want to make it look. A text box is also something important. If you want to draw a text box, same thing as when we had our shape. It's going to change our arrow to a little plus sign. We're going to click and hold, drag, and see how big our box is. Boom. Now it's giving us an actual box on the page that if we want to, we can type in. So let's just type in and say this is a unique text box. And you know what? If you think it was too big, you can make it smaller. You can move it to wherever you want. This is something you might see, in a chapter textbook or in some notes. You move the box, you can do the same thing. Double click on it It gives you your formats. You can fill it in if you want. Let's give it a nice little light blue fill. There you go. We got a text box. Gives you a border. And then finally, one last thing to show you, because I am going to be asking you a little bit of this stuff for our assignment today. Let's go with a nice little paragraph. Let's say this. Whoa, where's it going? There we are. Everything's trying to get on this page. This is micro class. We'll go ahead. We'll capitalize that M for micro. Let's move this. Well, come on. Just let me move you right up. There. Perfect. This is micro class. Now, if we go back to insert and we click on drop cap, we can't. But if we highlight this sentence, we can then go ahead and click drop cap. And you might have seen this somewhere in the news, like a newspaper or even online. You click drop cap and it gives you a big T, but since our formatting is all messed up, it should go right there. This is micro class, and it makes that first letter of your paragraph much larger. You see that a lot, like I said, in newspapers. Now there's also equations that you can put in if you're doing math. If you click over here, advanced symbols, there's a whole plethora of symbols to enter. So many symbols, look at that, it's given us a little clock. All of these different things are symbols you can add. Let's go ahead and add this. Let's add this trademark symbol in, shall we? Insert. Where did it go? There it is. We inserted it right there. We can even make that a little bit bigger. Let's go back to our home. We remember how to bump up the font. Boom! Trademarked. This is micro class. And there you have it, guys. Just a few things you can do with the Insert tab. If you have Microsoft Office or Word at home, I highly encourage you to mess around with it. See about inserting links, maybe some hyperlinks. See about inserting some screenshots that maybe you've taken, some 3D models, different kind of page breaks. Mess around with it, have some fun with it. But this is the Insert tab and pretty much all that it has to offer. Let's go ahead, finish up, and see what your assignment will be today, or will be for today. All right, there you have it. The old Insert tab. Taking care of life's inserting problems into documents since 1992. I don't know if any of that's true. What does it mean for you? Your assignment? Let's get to it already, Mr. Weckbaugh. Today's assignment is you are simply going to send me an email where you list 10 things that you can insert to a Word document. Insert into? I think it should say insert into a Word document that I showed you. That I showed you. You can't just go Google this one and be like, oh, what 10 things can you insert? Got to be 10 of the things I showed you. And that is it. That's going to count for your attendance as well. So attendance and assignment. Send me a list of 10 things that I showed you that you can insert into a Word doc. And that's it. All right? Y'all have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next class. Let me know. As always, if you have any questions, I'm here by the laptop. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. See you guys next time.